Come on, Annie. Let's go to the movies.
This is the Cinereelists, episode 692. My name is Kyle.
My name is James.
And my name is Zach.
We're here to talk movies, movie lists, and movie obsession for the next hour or so. Guys, it is so good to see you.
It's good to see you guys too.
Man.
Yeah, this is like a highlight of the weekend right here.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. After your weekend, I'm sure.
I'm like, all right, when do I get to talk to James and Zach? And James and Zach. Not just James and not just Zach, but the both.
James, welcome
Everybody's here with us.
Right.
Nobody's missing.
Absolutely.
I had a friend in college. We called him Hammer because his last name was Hammerman. And he'd always say, we're all here. Like every time we were hanging out.
Sure.
So guys, we're all here.
We're all here. I'm glad to be here. I listened to the last episode, the one I was not around for, that you guys did last week, where you had AI tell you, give you a movie recommendation, and then you guys used your own brains to give each other movie recommendations, tried to see which one was more better at recommending or something. And I was jealous. So it was a fun episode to listen to. So jealous I made Zach teach me how to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and pick his own movies.
Right.
It would have been fun to do with the three of us, but it would have been a harder ask because we have to it I think triples the amount of movies that get watched.
You'd have to add one more movie.
Yeah,
to your watch.
Yeah, but that's 3 more movies. Yes.
Right.
But that's a total of what, 9 movies for the podcast?
We do 30 on a top 10 last 10.
That's true. We do.
We can get through 9, no problem.
We get through 9.
As long as we're not doing full dissections of it. I just had one problem with the podcast though.
Okay.
You
What's
guys
people on it?
Totally clickbaited everybody with it because you said that you were going to determine who recommends better. And then like an hour and 12 minutes in, you were like, we're not going to answer that question. It's a tie all around. And I was like, what is wrong with these guys?
No, we are going to answer that question in a future episode.
No. I need an answer.
It should be unnumbered.
Now. It was a cliffhanger. And now you're going to give everybody the answer.
James is the comments coming to life.
I was like, I couldn't believe when you guys got to the end. And first of all, you said it was tied when both of you knew what your rankings were ahead of time. Like you knew it was going to be tied the whole time. You pretended. Like you didn't know each other was tied, but you knew what your what your rankings were. And then at the end, you were like, we're not going to pick. Forget it. This whole experiment meant nothing.
It was just an exercise in how well do you know each other.
Yeah, the winner is what we learned along the way, James.
Right.
Which is what? That AI replaced 37 years of friendship in like a couple keystrokes? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Not even replaced.
Absolutely
just equaled, basically.
No. If you want to know which movie Kyle and I enjoyed better, Venmo Kyle $20. And he will personally send you an email.
Right. I'm trying to pay for a new kitchen. So if everyone wants to Venmo me $20.
Kyle, there are not enough people in the world to make that happen.
Hey, it's not that bad of a kitchen. We've been joking about like trying to teach Galen how to take like falls for insurance scams. Like, you see that curb over there? Like trip over that curb, chip a tooth, get a baby one. He's got some back in there. Let's get the city to pay for this.
Sure. Why not?
Can you sue the city over a curb?
You know what? We're going to find out. Was it painted bright yellow? I don't think so.
There you go.
I wonder. You probably could. I bet they have insurance that pays off things like that. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, especially you get a child involved, they're going to pay out fast.
Yeah.
James, did any of those movies that we watched look interesting to you?
Yeah, for sure. I started watching The Ascent, which was the movie that AI picked for Kyle, I believe.
Yes, my friend
And,
of 37 years, ChatGPT.
Right. It was of what I saw of it, which was about half an hour, good. But I ran into the same thing that both you guys mentioned is with foreign films, you kind of got to pay attention to them.
Yeah.
And so I stopped at midway to talk to Zach and then never got back to it because I got distracted. But I fully intend on finishing that. And I also want to watch Shoplifters and probably the other one about the end of the world or everybody disappearing. But that's probably third on the list just because it looks old and like not good.
Yeah.
Oh, The Quiet Earth?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that old.
Would you recommend it for me?
It's younger than you.
Would you? I'm old. Would you recommend it for me, or just Zach?
I don't know if I recommend it for you.
There you go.
I just don't know if you watch that kind of movie very often.
Sure. Meanwhile, The Ascent is in the Criterion Collection. I already had it, so I was like,
Right.
oh, here's a reason to watch it.
Might as well check that one off.
And Shoplifters
No, it's
was
a T
already
according to
on
you
my
guys.
watch list. A T? Oh, I don't use the. What are you talking about?
When we do
What are you
our
talking about,
lists
Willis?
of like every top 10 movies starting with B, you can't do like
Yeah,
The
because that
Babadook.
it doesn't start with a B. It starts with a T.
Yeah, so do you alphabetize?
That's
by T?
different than categorizing things for your shelf. Come on now. Welcome to the podcast. This is episode 692 of the Cinereelists podcast. We appreciate you being here, spending some time with us. This week we're going to talk Naked Gun, the brand new requel, remake, sequel, something like that.
Yeah, it's a requel.
Yeah, and also talk our top 10 spoof movies.
It's not a remake. It's a rebootqual, maybe.
Okay, rebootquel. I like that.
But-
Is it a remake?
It's not a remake.
No, it's a sequel. That's a reboot.
A rebootquel.
requel.
A reboot.
Yeah,
Requel.
requel.
A rebootquel.
I think
you're saying a requel.
Yeah, requel. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
a requel. We got
As long as it's not a resequel.
No, it's not a resequel. It's a requel.
You got it. We're going to do those two things. Before we do that, we need to remind you there's a video version of the podcast on YouTube. Go check it out there. You could also support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Cinereelists. Support the podcast, get extra after show audio. You could leave us an Apple Podcast review, or you can send us an email to heyguys@cinereelists.com. Links are in the description to do any and all of those things. Anybody got anything to say before we jump into The Naked Gun?
I got a lot to say, but let's jump into The Naked Gun.
All right, let's do it. The Naked Gun is in theaters now. We're going to talk about it right after this clip.
Hi, I'm Liam Neeson. Every passing year, more and more comedies go unmade, unseen, and unquoted.
That guy in a little coat.
But for the price of one movie ticket, you can help rescue a comedy, and in the process, you'll get to share a smile, a laugh, and even the occasional groan with the people in your very own community.
Oh, as if.
Right now, there's a comedy movie that needs you. Please, buy a ticket right now, so our children, and hopefully their children too, can one day enjoy watching a comedy in a theater.
That was The Naked Gun, a 2025 American action crime comedy film directed by Akiva Schaffer and starring Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson, Paul Walter Hauser, Danny Houston, CCH Pounder, and Kevin Durand, amongst others. The official IMDb plot synopsis for The Naked Gun is only one man has the particular set of skills, to lead police squad and save the world. Even their plot description is a spoof on something.
Right.
Very, very clever. What did you guys think of The Naked Gun 2025? Before we jump into it, I didn't see a single trailer for this.
Oh,
So
nice.
it was all new to me. How'd you guys do? We talked briefly on
Right.
Discord about not watching things about this.
I did see one trailer.
Okay.
And that did ruin the OJ joke, we'll put it that way.
Okay.
So that joke I'd seen already. That's
But
the
that
only
was
joke
it.
I remembered from the trailer. Everything else I kind of forgot about.
I remember the Girl Scout joke from the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's it.
The bank heist. Girl Scout
I
joke.
did not know that Akiva Schaffer directed this
Really?
until the credits,
Okay.
which was a very fun thing to find out because I really like the Lonely Island. I'm a big fan of them,
Mhm.
and to see them and then also the rest of the team were in the credits as well was super fun for me.
Oh, was Jorma and Sandberg in the credits?
Yeah, Yorma and Andy. Yeah, they were both in the credits as like a special thanks, and
Oh, okay.
they might have done voices.
It's not Jorma.
It's Yorma.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Uh-oh.
This is 2002 knowledge, so
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. All that being said, what'd you guys think of it?
I had a great time. I giggled the whole way through. I was pretty much laughing nonstop while watching the movie.
Great.
What about you guys?
Yeah, I miss this kind of movie. We don't get many like a joke a minute movies. We're gonna throw everything at the wall, see what sticks, and if it doesn't stick, just move on to the next joke.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was super fun. When we do our spoof list, a lot of the movies on my list are from like the 80s and 90s, and this movie felt like it could have been plucked right out of that era.
Yeah, I'm looking at my list now too. Mine is the exact same thing. Lots of 80s and 90s movies.
Yeah.
Yep. I enjoyed myself as well. I saw it like Thursday night with like, first showing audience, and
Sure.
And they were very into it, and that was fun just to be in a theater of people laughing and having fun, and yeah, it was good. It's been, for some reason, it feels like it's been a while since I've been in a movie that like the movie's intention was to make you laugh every 30 seconds.
Yes.
And
Yeah, this is a straight comedy.
right.
And there's a lot of comedies where there's no expectation that you'll laugh except maybe at like 4 big set pieces,
Mhm.
right? The rest is like a lighthearted drama action film with like funny set pieces, and that's where you're supposed to laugh.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is like, no. You if you stop laughing, we haven't done our job.
Right.
Yeah,
And they're like,
it's
oh, you didn't like that one? How about this one? You know what I mean? They're just like constantly feeding you new ones, and it's so easy to just forget about the ones that don't work because
Yeah.
the volume is there. And there were some jokes at the beginning that were like light chuckles, and then they kept doing it. And
Like the
by
coffee?
the end,
The
by
coffee.
the end, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
the coffee's a good example. The coffee was like midway through the movie, you thought they had hit the zenith, and they kind of stopped doing it, and then they bring it back one more time right at the end.
Right.
And,
My favorite jokes that they would make are where they're playing with the form of film. Like it
Okay.
would be him driving, and it's like there's a green screen, so it looks like he's driving, and then someone would hand him coffee through his car window. And you're like, oh, this is all artifice, like
Yeah.
that's silly. Or like when they would show a location text in the bottom corner, and then someone would trip over it
Mhm.
because it's like, oh, it's not Chiron, it's actually physically letters on the sidewalk.
yeah.
I loved when they did that.
I particularly love their puns and literalisms.
Mm-hmm.
So like obviously from Airplane, there's the Shirley, you must be joking. He's like, I'm very serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
And this one had one where they're talking about college, and he said, "Oh, UCLA," and then Pam Anderson said, "Oh, I see all of LA from my house." And it was just like, and they have so many of those where they don't pick up on metaphor or similar. I guess it's metaphor. Everything is so literal, and it's like there's no wink, there's no nod. It's just very played straight. But as an audience member, you're like, that's a great joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
like
that's what
that as well.
I think that's what I like about this movie is it's not winking at you. Well, one moment's winking at you with the OJ moment that got ruined in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I
That got like an awkward laugh, I would say,
Right.
in my theater. There were definitely bigger laughs than that one. I think people were kind of shocked they went there. It was like that version of a laugh in my theater. Plus, it came so early. I think people weren't in my theater. It felt like people warmed up to the movie. Like the first half hour, I think some people knew exactly what they were in for, and they were laughing from the beginning. And some people had to kind of like figure out what this was.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I just don't think you see these anymore for the most part, especially in theaters. I can't tell you the last time I watched a spoof movie in a theater. It's been a long, long time. Maybe Popstar was the last one. And that was 10 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you guys feel about our main actors in this one, Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson?
Wait, was Liam Neeson cast because he sounds like Leslie Nielsen?
Because his name,
Because they're so similar.
it's so perfect how
Yeah.
similar those names are.
Yeah.
But no, he's great because he's like very similar to Leslie Nielsen and like a serious actor with gravitas that can play it super straight. Kind of works well, except for the fact that he's so old. Like if they're going to make more of these, he's just going to keep getting older. But it's so funny how they are so similar.
Yeah, I thought he kind of nailed it as far as like the Frank Drebin character. Was he even named Frank Drebin? Was he like
Yes.
Frank Drebin Jr. or something like that?
Everyone was the son of someone else, a previous character. Yeah.
So I thought he played it in a way that you definitely associated him to the character. That's the one that Leslie Nielsen like created and cemented.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like an impersonation of Leslie Nielsen doing Frank Drebin. It felt like Liam Neeson doing Frank Drebin. And I think that was important, that it wasn't distracting like what he was doing. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Their careers too, like Leslie Nielsen was considered a serious actor, right? Before he started doing spoof movies, like late career type of stuff.
Yeah.
Airplane, wasn't that his?
Yeah. And so
Here's what?
Wasn't that like his first
comedic
comedic role?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And it surprised everyone.
And Liam Neeson, who's clearly a funny guy in his own way, just has never, I can't think of another movie that he's done like this. He did like that little stint on Extras that was funny on TV years ago, but I can't think of anything else that's even remotely in this world for him. Maybe that's why it works, is because he's kind of in a movie where he's a serious guy, or he should be, and he's acting serious. He's not acting like these are jokes, but they are. And it worked for me.
What also worked for me was this movie was 85 minutes. And it did not feel stuffed whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like it was never slow. There was never a period where they weren't trying to tell a joke, like you mentioned before. And just I liked the efficiency of like, yeah, we're gonna pack in as many jokes we can in 90 minutes, including into the credits. Like the jokes did not stop until the movie literally ended. That's when the joke stopped.
I do enjoy good jokes credits.
Yeah.
And that is barely ever done anymore, but I like it when they just throw in random jokes in the credits.
Definitely.
And they kept you watching the credits too. Like I ended up reading the entire credit roll, looking for the jokes. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Pamela Anderson did an awesome job. I really like that they had an age appropriate couple. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't with some 30-year-old woman, romantic lead.
Yeah.
You know, Pam Anderson's someone I need to re-examine, because I know of her as like 90s Pam Anderson, as, you know, being on Home Improvement and on Baywatch and Playboy and Tommy Lee and everything. And then I heard an interview with her in the last year when she was doing like the circuit for that last Showgirl movie she did. And she was talking about how much like she enjoyed watching like Francois Truffaut as she was growing up. I was like, Pam Anderson is into French New Wave? Like, I do not know who this person is whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see that interview, but I saw her Criterion Closet video, and she was she definitely knew what she wanted in that closet. It was impressive.
It quite
What
is,
did she pick?
I don't remember, but it was a lot of foreign films and stuff like that. It might have been the Truffaut set or something like
possibly.
that. Yeah. I don't remember, but But she was rattling them off and describing what they were. And I know we shouldn't be shocked by that. You know, people who are attractive could also be film nerds. But it's just not my picture of what 20-year-old James was thinking when he looked at Pamela Anderson. I would say it just was not in the world of possibilities back then.
I would say nothing that she was doing in her career would let onto that either. It's not like you were like, oh, it was, the hints were here all along.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was just the supermodel life.
Yeah, and what movies she was in was like Barbed Wire and stuff like that.
Right.
It was not high art type movies.
Exactly.
Sure, from the time. Yeah, I haven't seen The Last Showgirl, but I am tempted to watch it at some point. I heard she's good in it.
Right. Yeah.
I also, this has nothing to do with the movie, but did you guys hear that they're a couple in real life?
Yeah.
Isn't that adorable?
I kind of love it.
I think it's so cute. Yeah.
The only thing I don't love, I'm going to try not to be judgy here, but Pamela Anderson's been married 4 times.
5
times. Yeah. So I not that Liam Neeson is a person that needs to be protected or something, but it's just like he was married for as long as I've been aware of who he was, and then his wife died tragically skiing, and then you don't see him in the tabloids like dating a bunch of people, and then all of a sudden he's dating Pamela Anderson, which I thought was awesome. And then I heard she's been married 5 times, and I'm like, oh, I hope this works out. It doesn't sound like it ever works out with her, but I hope this one works out. I don't know.
Wait, I'm hoping that Liam Neeson's the more stable guy than Kid Rock.
Right. Yeah, that's the other thing too. As you look at the dudes, like 2 of them I've never even heard of, but the other 2 are like Tommy Lee and Kid Rock.
Kid Rock, yeah.
It's like, okay. But clearly Pamela Anderson's not the same person she was 20 years ago. So maybe Liam Neeson's more up her alley. I don't know.
Can I tell you one thing that did not work for me for this movie?
Sure.
Unless we want to stand up, we keep the good vibes going for a while first before we get into
I'm good.
Okay.
How bad could it be?
I thought the whole villain plot, like what he was trying to do, was not funny whatsoever and rather tragic.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're watching all these people just like wailing on each other in the background, I was like, well, this is really sad. And like, how many people are being murdering each other in this moment that is supposed to be for comedy?
See, I didn't take it literally. I just thought it was goofy that everybody would fight each other for no reason whatsoever. I took it as a big joke.
It was a little bit the same plot as Zootopia. Did that bother anyone?
I don't remember the plot.
Oh, it is the same plot as Zootopia. I didn't catch that at the time.
Oh, but Zootopia, isn't it just the predators go after all the prey?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we can spoil the plot to the Naked Gun guys. Like, it's not the reason you watch the movie.
I'm just saying in this one, there's no predator or prey. It's just everybody starts fighting each other.
That's true. That's true, James.
Yeah.
But it's both for political motivations of getting people to fight each other.
That's true, Kyle. That's true.
I thought the cameo was not very funny.
The cameo.
Which cameo?
The bunker cameo.
The bunker cameo.
The bunker cameo.
I know both of you clued into the bunker cameo. There is a person in the bunker.
Oh, is it a
Musician?
A musician, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. You thought that wasn't funny?
Nah.
But
okay. I know.
Is he a carryover? Is he in all the other Naked Gun movies?
He is.
Oh, was he? I couldn't
believe
remember
he's
that.
a carryover. Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
You don't think it's funny that guy is the last musician on the planet?
The last entertainer.
The last entertainer on the planet. And he does what this movie's doing, essentially.
What does he do?
He writes,
Spoofs
parodies.
Parody. Yeah.
He also writes his own music. It's not just parodies.
Even those are like pastiche parodies.
Yes.
They're all parodies. He's never released an earnest song that I know of.
No, that's not true.
Can
Name
you
it.
give an example? Name one.
Name one Ernest song.
Like he has written songs for like cartoons.
Sure.
He's written
I mean-
theme songs, but like when
Skipper Dan.
Skipper Dan is 100% a parody or a pastiche parody. Like when Steve Martin started playing the banjo, everyone's like, "This is gonna be hilarious," and then you realize, oh no, he is earnestly playing the banjo.
Right. Yeah.
The cameo guy, to my knowledge, has never done that, where he has done something earnestly. You're like, oh, there's no joke here whatsoever. This is just music.
Everybody knows who we're talking about. I don't know why we're not saying the name.
He is in all 3 Naked Gun movies.
Yeah.
Yes, four.
That's
now.
fun.
So he had to be in here somewhere, and I maybe they could have found a better use for him, but I thought it's not the funniest joke in the movie for sure. But I chuckled.
Nice.
I chuckled
liked his-
more than if they had actually like not made him the last artist on Earth.
Right.
What were you gonna say, Kyle?
No, I liked his little, like, when he popped out, he's like, "Everyone, welcome to the last show on Earth," and then it's empty, and yeah,
Right.
you get the
He's
reaction that you
the
get from
only
that
one
guy.
down there.
Exactly.
It was good. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about this. I mean, it was funny, and if it wasn't, it would be a failure. So I imagine, like most spoof movies, depending on how jolly of a person you are, it'll play differently at home than it will in a movie theater with a crowd of people. I don't think spoofs ever work as well for me outside of a theater. They can still be funny, but there's just something about the energy of a crowd who are into something helping jokes, I would say,
I think it's more fun to laugh if you're laughing with other people.
for sure.
Like, you can still find something humorous by yourself, but you're less to get an audible laugh or to pick up in that energy of the crowd if you're not with them.
Now, how did it do box office wise? I was under the impression that it didn't do very well.
Really?
Yeah, it's doing okay. It's I don't think it's a flop, but I don't believe it's a hit either.
Collider says slow burn following rave reviews. So
I mean,
they're hoping to.
Like, how was its second week? Or because we're in the second week now.
They're saying budget 40 million. They say double that for like how much they need to make, right?
With marketing, yeah.
Before it turns a profit. 33 million domestically and another 23 from international.
Okay.
So
And
we're
that's
not
right
just
now.
so far.
Yeah, we're at 56, not quite at the 80 to get their money back. Now, if they make their money back, they're probably not making another one. They want to like do better than make their money back.
Sure.
So hopefully they can get to like 100, 120 by the time they're done. It's crazy that we live in a world where a movie like this has to make that much money though. Because this is the kind of like low to mid tier movie that was like bankable in the 80s and 90s. Like they were going to make 40 to 50 million, and that was plenty back then.
Yeah, on the like 10 million budget or whatever.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Biden and his inflation. It's horrible.
You know, I think it was the tariffs. That's what's really causing this movie to be so expensive.
I think so too.
Yeah.
You guys haven't heard? We're not making anything related to movies anymore unless it's in the United States. No movies from Japan, no movies from anywhere allowed.
Wasn't that John Voight's announcement like 4 months ago, which seems like 8 years ago, but it was not that long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's such old news.
Do you think people are sleeping on this just because they're like, I don't need to go to the theater for a comedy. I only go to theaters for big budget superhero movies.
I don't know, besides people our age and older, I don't know how well The Naked Gun is a recognizable property.
That's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
either.
It's
And
been
they're old people.
It's been 30 years since there was a Naked Gun movie.
Mhm.
It wasn't like Top Gun where it stayed relevant for all those 30 years. You know, Leslie Nielsen's been dead for 20 years, probably.
No, come on.
15. When did Leslie Nielsen die?
I'm gonna have to look it up now. I think it was relatively recent.
Really?
I'm totally wrong, but I do think that. 2010.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
15
years ago. Yeah. So. So right. So he's been there for 15 years. His career peaked probably in the 90s. Like he kept making movies into the 2000s, but I don't know if Dracula Dead and Loving is going to be on anyone's list today. Maybe I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just don't know how relevant this is to the greater population besides us and older.
Fair enough. That being said, I do feel like this is the kind of movie that like a teenager could go to and be like, it doesn't matter that this existed before and that it's old. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it's funny enough that it could get its own little cult audience, kind of like the originals did.
Oh, sure.
I mean, what was my audience was mostly people my age and older, from what I could tell. Well, could you guys notice a variety of ages, or was it sort of a closer range?
I saw it on a Thursday night. It was not teenagers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. I wouldn't say it was like 50 plus, but it was not teenagers. How about you, Zach?
I have no idea the demographics about it. I did not look around.
You know, eye up your theater,
No.
find all the exits. No, nothing. Okay.
Count all the blankets.
Yeah, exactly. Figure out beforehand who's gonna be the problem.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I
You got to know.
You got to take an inventory first.
Yeah. Who are you yelling at within 5 minutes?
The jokes too, I thought were funny, but relatively mild, except for the dog jokes. That was like the one thing I probably couldn't be in a theater with my mom.
Oh, the infrared stuff.
Yeah, the infrared stuff. That was the
Right.
only time where I was like, okay, this is a reason why you would only take like a 13-year-old to this and not like an 8-year-old. I think.
Yeah.
Everything else
Yeah.
is just stupid and slapsticky until you get to then. And that was like a pretty hardcore, adult
It's a pretty raunchy joke.
I
Yeah.
would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Very Austin Powers.
Yes, it reminded me of Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the snowman sequence.
Yeah. That was pretty wild.
It just took a fun, dark turn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Anything else to say about Naked Gun 2025? Let's letterbox this out of 5 stars. What are you guys going to give it?
I don't know.
4 stars.
I'm
4
at-
stars.
I'm at 4.
I'll go 4 also. Why not?
Sure. These can certainly be better, but this was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it. I enjoyed my time. All right. Let's move on to our list for this week. It's the top 10 spoof movies. So, who wants to define a spoof movie?
Oh, that I'm not prepared for that.
Right.
I can try and do it off the cuff.
Oh, I was being sarcastic. Who wants to? You know what I mean?
Who wants to?
Who wants to? No.
Yeah, I would say a spoof movie is a genre of comedy that falls within satire.
Mhm.
However, it's not a subtle satire. It's a very in your face, joke a minute kind of satire, making fun of a genre, a specific movie, or movie tropes.
Yeah. It exaggerates and pokes fun of.
Correct.
Mhm.
Correct. Yes. So I think for me, that was a criteria for all of my movies is there had to be that exaggeration
Definitely.
where it wasn't just a comedy where like, oh, they're poking fun at something. It had to be, there is a level of ridiculousness
Mhm.
to this comedy.
Was there anything else you guys took into account when ranking these movies?
If Mel Brooks wasn't involved, it wasn't on my list. So these are all just,
Really?
no, he
Oh,
makes
okay.
many appearances on my list though.
Sure. He's definitely the godfather of these types of movies, at least in the 70s and 80s and 90s.
Zach, do you have any other criteria besides the exaggeration of the comedy?
No, all of mine are making fun of like a genre or a trope or something. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Mine are as well. The higher ones have like sometimes they have plots that like are actually pretty good. and that made them more memorable to me and thus higher on the list. But for the most part, it's how much they make me laugh and how attached I am to them. This is definitely, at least for me, a nostalgia tinged list in that I think some of these, if somebody watched it today with no context and not the life experience I had, they wouldn't understand why this is so high for me.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just the way it is, I guess, when it comes to these types of things.
8 of my 10 are from the 20th century.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into it. I'll go first. 1974, Blazing Saddles. Speaking of Mel Brooks, this is one of his most notorious, I would say. It's spoofing the Western film. Very funny, very irreverent. Lots of racial language in this movie that I think maybe modern audiences, even though it's a joke, would not appreciate. I think it works even as a joke and as a kind of commentary of these types of movies, of Westerns in general. 93 minutes flies by the first time you see it. It's very funny. The funniest scene in it is a farting scene.
Yeah.
And I think that's amazing because there's lots of funny scenes in it, and yet they made this farting scene work and still works for me today, for better or for worse. My number 10.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, let's hear you, Kyle.
No, you go. Please, Zach. After you.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
All right, my number 10 is Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2010 horror comedy film. Basically, you have these two like good guys, like kind of hillbilly guys out in a cabin, hanging out, and a group of college students come, and it plays off the idea of like, a scary, hillbillies trying to kill you kind of thing, except it's just a series of accidental deaths and misunderstandings. And Tucker and Dale have no idea why these college students keep trying to kill themselves. Whereas like from the college student perspective, like they're these evil, like serial killers. And I just found it really funny. I really liked it a lot. And I really liked Tucker and Dale. I thought they were funny.
That's a good one.
That's a really good pick. Yeah.
I like that movie.
That's an underrated movie if you like spoof horror, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
My number 10, also Mel Brooks, 1993's Robin Hood: Men in Tights. This stars Carrie, I believe it's pronounced Elvez, is how you pronounce his last name.
Really?
It's Welsh, yes.
Like with a V?
Well, you pronounce the W like a V, yes.
Okay.
You can check that and chwidle me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Carrie Elvez.
Just saying it, you didn't sound like you're speaking with a Welsh accent, so that was just confusing to me.
Well, I'm not Welsh personally, so.
But yeah, you pronounce it Welsh?
Well, I'm pronouncing it how it's supposed to be pronounced, how he would pronounce it.
Love it.
Okay.
I'm excited about that.
Anyway, Carrie Elvez plays Robin Hood. And I mean, this is just a parody of the Robin Hood story where he meets his band of merry men, and there's Maid Marian, and there's the I'm just butchering Robin Hood right in front of Zach here, which is great. Sheriff of Nottingham. It's Mel Brooks, so it's like a gag a minute. There's some gags that work really well. There's some gags that's like, hey, this is the 90s. Wouldn't it be funny if everyone's wearing like Nike Airs or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
But this movie also, besides just being a parody of the Robin Hood story, is specifically poking fun at the Kevin Costner Robin Hood Prince of Thieves. And is taking a lot of its comedic beats from that very serious movie. And I would say of the two, this is the better movie. I would prefer to watch Men in Tights. It's both funnier and better made than Prince of Thieves.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I like that one better. James?
Oh, it's not Zach's turn?
No, Zach goes before me.
James, number 9.
I got confused. Number 9 from the year 2000, Scary Movie. The first one. I've seen all of them. I don't really remember really any of them, to be honest. But like I don't remember the details, except for this one scene in Scary Movie that is burned into my brain because people in the first Scary Movie, when I saw it in a movie theater, were just absolutely losing their mind. And it's the bathroom scene. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's the first time I've ever seen anything like that on a movie screen, and I think I wasn't alone. Like people were literally like getting up off their aisle seat and like taking a walk down the aisle. They were like laughing so hard. It was like pandemonium in my memory. Maybe it probably wasn't even that crazy, but my memory, it was like insane. Like, you know, those videos of chicken jockey stuff where people are like throwing popcorn and it looks like the Muppets going crazy in a movie theater. That's what I remember it being like. That movie made so much money. This is what they want the Naked Gun to do. $19 million budget, $278 million box office. So that's why they made like 5 or 6 of them, is even if it would do a quarter that, as long as they kept that budget as low as they could, they were going to make a ton of money no matter how good they were, basically.
Oh, and those movies were low budget for sure.
Yeah. So my number 9, Scary Movie, kind of brought spoofs back and kind of like, what do you call them? Like assembly lined them for the aughts.
Oh, like
from
date
then
movie,
on.
superhero movie, all those. Yep,
for sure.
They felt a little soulless to me.
But like the first Scary Movie, I don't think is soulless.
Okay.
Even though I don't remember any of it other than that one scene. But in my brain, there's a little more to that one than all the others that came back after it.
They eventually became lazy. And it was more like, hey, remember this funny thing that happened in this other movie? What if we just say it again? Or
Yeah.
All right. My number 9 is from 1974, Young Frankenstein. This is a Gene Wilder film and directed by Mel Brooks. And he basically plays Dr. Frederick Frankenstein and
Frankenstein.
That's right. And he creates his monster. And I just find this movie very funny. It's black and white. I think it has the original lab equipment from the 1931 film, which is crazy. And yeah, I think it's great. I loved it.
Good choice.
Nice.
My number 9 is 1997's Austin Powers: International Man of Mystery. This is a Mike Myers movie where he plays this character, Austin Powers, who is a spoof of a like 60s British spy. So it's definitely partially James Bond spoof, but also in the 60s, there was just a ton of spy material coming out. Like there was like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and there was The Saints and a whole bunch of other ones. And Austin Powers was kind of parodying that entire genre of 60s British spy movies and TV shows. And it's just funny. I mean, again, I feel like this is Mike Myers at his sort of height, where it's a joke a minute. He's playing a character. He's playing it very broadly, but it works. He's doing the double role where he's actually playing Dr. Evil, and who's, I think, an equally as funny character as Austin Powers. And this movie just works really well, and it holds up. I watched this recently, and it kind of feels like a small budget movie. Like as big as Austin Powers became with the meme or whatever we had before memes, the parodies and the sayings. You watch the movie, you're like, oh, this is kind of a small movie that became huge, and that's why they made 2 more of these also.
Definitely. I enjoy that movie, which is why it's my number 8. And I have nothing to add.
Wow.
Zach?
Well, it is my number 8 as well.
Wow.
Nice.
This is slotted very similarly.
For sure.
Yeah, I thought this movie was hilarious when it came out.
Yep. It's a series that I hope dies with Mike Myers and he never makes another one. I think we've had enough Austin Powers and we probably don't need any more.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, it kind of it was diminishing returns on that series.
Yeah, I find funny things in all of them, but the first one was specifically consistently funny.
Yeah. All right, well, bring it back to me then.
Mhm.
My number 8, also Austin Powers. I put it on here twice because I like it so much. No, my number 8 is 2001's Wet Hot American Summer. This is a David Wayne movie starring all your favorite comedians today. Were in this movie. Maybe not like Seth Rogen, not the Judd Apatow people. They weren't in this movie, but all like your improv people, your Amy Poehler's, your Bradley Cooper, like a ton of Paul Rudd. I guess he was a Judd Apatow guy. And this movie is a parody of 80s kind of camp movies, 80s teenager movies. It takes place on the last day of camp at a camp in, I think they're in Maine or somewhere, Pennsylvania. It doesn't really matter where they are. And you have all these actors who are in like their mid to late 20s playing teenager counselors, which is hilarious. And it's sort of there's a bit of a plot to the movie. Like there is maybe one main thread that goes throughout, but really is just sort of like a slice of life movie about weird things that happen at this camp on the very last day. And it's great. It really is. Every scene is its own little joke, and some of them tie into the bigger story, and some of them are just a throwaway gag for that one moment. It's also played very broadly. Like Paul Rudd's playing a pretty big character. He's not doing like funny, charming Paul Rudd. He's playing kind of like disgusting meathead. And I think a lot of people got turned off by this movie at first because they didn't quite get the comedy. But if you watch it knowing that no one's taking this seriously, it's super fun.
I have a question about this movie.
Yeah.
I am accepting that it is a spoof movie,
Yeah.
but is it or just a comedy?
I mean, I would say this is spoofing, like it has a bit of the snobs versus slobs of 80s comedies, right? It's kind of spoofing the movies like Porky's, the sort of the teen sex comedies.
Meatballs.
Meatballs. Like, oh, like we have to get laid, and I really like this person. So it's maybe not as like a 1-to-1 spoof as Young Frankenstein or Blazing Saddles, but I think it's definitely like for the filmmakers who grew up watching these kinds of movies as kids, this is their chance to be like, oh, hey, what if we made a silly version of like an 80s camp movie?
Okay.
For the record,
So
I have
it's
the same question, Zach.
So it's not one of those movies. It's like a sillier version of those movies. Or not just a modern type of those movies.
Let's put into Weird Al terms. If Austin Powers is Weird Al parodying like a Michael Jackson song, then Wet Hot American Summer is Weird Al parodying the Doors genre.
Okay.
It's a pastiche.
Yeah, it's like Meatballs and those types of movies are comedies, but they're not riffs on other things that existed. Whereas Wet Hot American Summer is kind of a riff on things that already existed.
Yeah.
Okay.
My number 7 is from 1999, Mystery Men, which maybe you could put in the Wet Hot American Summer category, where it's definitely not like a direct parody of something that existed, but I do feel like it's a spoof of like superhero movies
And comic book characters, yeah.
Yeah, comic book characters, that type of stuff. Certainly a movie I enjoy a lot. I like that pretty much all the characters have stupid powers, and some of them don't even have powers. Some of them you don't know if they have powers, like the Invisible Boy. Like you still don't really know if he's actually invisible or not, because he's only invisible when people turn around and they don't look at him. And then like what's his name, Mr. Angry or something? No, Captain Furious. I don't remember. Ben Stiller's character, where he doesn't really have a power, he just gets mad. I like all the owls advice just being circular advice that doesn't really ever say anything. Just a great movie. I love Mystery Men to its core. Perfect comedy, perfect spoof. My number 7.
I love Mystery Men too. It's not on my list, but it did make me think of a movie that might have been on my list called The Specials. It's a James Gunn. It's written by James Gunn. Have you ever seen The Specials?
I've heard of this. Okay.
Yes.
This was a movie that Scotty, who's been a guest on the show quite a number of times, recommended to me. And we both kind of like this movie, although it's not great. But Rob Lowe's in it. It's a superhero movie. Thomas Hayden Church is in it. And it's written by James Gunn.
Huh.
And it's called The Specials. Anyways, my number 7 is 1987's Spaceballs, which is another Mel Brooks film. And this is making fun of Star Wars. And I like this movie quite a bit.
Nice.
All right. My number 7 is probably, in my opinion, the funniest movie that I've seen in the 21st century so far. And that is Pop Star: Never Stop, Never Stopping. Also, I've had 3 out of 4 movies with colons in them so far. Just want to point that one out. Didn't pick that.
You have a colon heavy list.
It is a colon heavy list. This is directed by Akiva Schaffer and Jorma Takome. 2/3 of the Lonely Island.
Tacoma.
Tacone.
Oh, Tacone. I thought it was an M. Darn it. It's so close.
It could be Tacone. I don't actually know that
I'm
one.
not sure. Oh, so you don't know if it's Jorma then? You don't even know if it's Tacone?
No, I definitely know it's Jorma.
You definitely know it's Jorma.
They call him Yorm, but it might be Tacone or Tacone. Tacone sounds better to me.
Yorma Tacone sounds better for sure. Jorma. I'll get it right eventually. Anyway, this is directed by 2/3 of the Lonely Island and then starring Ann Samberg, who plays he's the 3rd member of Lonely Island. And this is a parody of the musical documentaries that were especially coming out of this era, sort of following artists around as they go through their rise and their fall. The songs are ridiculous, as you expect from Lonely Island, but by far my favorite part of this movie is Chris Redd as Hunter the Hungry. Everything he says is comedic gold in this movie, and I could watch this movie over and over again just for his performance. But this whole movie is funny, and if you have not seen Pop Star: Never Stop, Never Stopping, you are missing out on arguably the funniest movie of the 21st century.
High praise.
Nice. I enjoy that one as well. My number 6 also has a colon. The Naked Gun : From the Files of the Police Squad. So this is the 1988 original version of Naked Gun. Just a solid spoof classic, I would say. Spoofing the detective police officer solves a crime genre. I think it was a TV show first, or what was Naked Gun wholly original?
No, it was Police
Spoof
Squad.
on Police Squad, yeah.
Which was a TV show?
Yeah.
For like 6 episodes that failed. And then Abrams Zucker was like, we're going to make this into a movie.
And was Police Squad already a comedy, or did they change the genre for it and like spoof it up?
Police Squad was a spoof comedy of like detective procedurals.
TV shows.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Gotcha. So even without that backstory, I found it to be funny, still do to this day. And it's a spoof classic. Naked Gun from the Files of the Police Squad.
Nice. My number 6 is Top Secret. This is from 1984, and it stars Val Kilmer, and it's a Zucker and Zucker film. I just think it's super funny. It's, like a spoof on like a World War II, like Soviet, Cold War movie. And that was great.
Nice. I've never seen Top Secret.
Oh, really?
I still want to. Yeah, I still want to see it.
It's got a very young Val Kilmer.
Yeah. Right. Didn't we have a discussion that this is the movie where he takes his underwear out of his pants or something? I feel we had this discussion before.
It is, yes.
Okay,
we've
so
had
I've
that
seen
discussion many times.
Okay, we won't have it again then. I've seen 5 minutes of this movie.
Had it clearly left a mark on your brain.
I don't know why, but it did. Another movie that clearly left a mark on my brain is my number 6, and that is 1987's Spaceballs, previously mentioned, directed by Mel Brooks. This movie's great. It stars John Candy. It has Rick Moranis as Lord Helmet.
Mm-hmm.
It has Bill Pullman as playing a Han Solo-like character. Lone Star Daphne Zuniga is playing Princess Vespa. And then you also have Joan Rivers as Dot Matrix, the C-3PO character. This is such a great parody of Star Wars and sort of space epics of the time. Again, it's another one of these joke minutes that stands out to me. I watched this movie a ton when I was little. It was on TV all the time. And I'm pretty sure Princess Vespa sort of shaped my brain into what I find attractive in a woman.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So I was looking at her. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I see that.
Interesting.
That's really funny.
My number 5 from 1975, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which is a movie starring Monty Python, the comedy troupe from the UK, legendary.
Not Wales, though.
Right. I don't get that. Is that like a running joke?
Terry Elvez.
Yeah.
You make fun of me for bringing up Top Secret again, and you can't remember a joke we made 10 minutes ago.
I just don't remember you ever bringing up Top Secret ever. So when you said we've talked about this before, I was like, really? I don't remember.
Okay.
Do you remember
we
that?
definitely have.
We
definitely talked about it.
Have. All right. So James,
Maybe that was an episode I wasn't on.
You weren't on the Val Kilmer episode?
No, I wasn't on that one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
James, Val Kilmer's dead. Just if you have forgotten, he passed away. Okay.
Holy Grail, classic. People know about it. I don't have much to say about it that people probably haven't already heard before. Spoofing kind of medieval set movies, movies about like Arthurian legends, knights and shining armor, that type of stuff. And I enjoy it. Got to see it within the last 6 or 7 years in a theater full of people. It was kind of annoying because people were reciting the lines to the screen. But it was a fun experience, and getting to see it in the theater for the first time, because I was not born when it had its original theatrical run, was fun. My number 5.
Nice. My number 5 is Airplane! This movie, I mean, it's all great movies from here on out. This movie, I think, is perfect. I wouldn't change anything about it. It's so quotable, right? I mean, it just has been quoted a billion times. I mean, obviously it's dated by now, right? So like it's so old. It's from the 1980. So this is a 45-year-old film. But it's a great movie. And it's like, have you ever seen the movie that it's a spoof of?
Airport 77 or something like that?
Right. It's funny how close it is to that movie. Like, it is, 70% the exact same movie. Even sometimes the dialogue's the same. Like, it's a direct parody of that specific movie, which was also very popular. So people would have clued into that quite a bit. But it is, it's funny how closely they are to each other.
Interesting.
It's definitely worth watching. If you're familiar with Airplane and you watch that one and you're like, oh, they just took this directly from that over and over and over again.
I never really, I've seen Airplane once, and then I've seen scenes of Airplane like throughout my lifetime. And I never really understood why people loved it so much.
Really?
There's funny moments, but I just never attached myself to it. But maybe I need to see Airplane 77 and it would.
Perhaps. I will also say that you don't fall in love with comedies and only watch it once, right? So like,
that's true.
The people that are really into it probably have seen it quite a bit more than you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would say all these movies I've seen multiple times, most of them 5 to 10. And at this point in my list, I'm in all top 100 movies. So
wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, anything else you want to add about Airplane, Zach?
No.
All right. My number 5, also a Monty Python movie, but not the Holy Grail. Stay tuned for that one. This is Life of Brian. This is their follow-up to Holy Grail. It is a parody of biblical epics and sword and sandals movies. And I think that this is their smartest movie of all the movies they made. smartest as in it's still very funny, but the satire is so on point and it's so cerebral at times too. That it's taking the jokes beyond just like, oh, haha, isn't this funny? And it's taking these jokes to be like sort of these in-depth political jokes, and there's jokes about the Latin language, and it just seems like, oh yeah, smart nerds wrote this movie for other smart nerds, and there's things in there for everybody, but like you can really clue into some of the big deeper jokes. I find this movie hilarious.
Nice. I like that one as well. My number 4, also from 1999, Galaxy Quest, which is a spoof of sci-fi movies, specifically Star Trek, I would say. Leans heavily into Star Trek. It stars Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman. Other than Toy Story, is this the only Tim Allen movie that anybody cares about?
Santa Claus.
Does people care about the Santa Claus anymore?
Yeah, well, we both instantly thought of it.
I guess. I don't think about Santa Claus ever. I don't care about that movie at all.
Jungle to Jungle.
I definitely don't care about that movie.
What's the one with Kirstie Alley where he goes to live with the Amish people?
I don't even know that movie. Never even heard of that. What's it called?
It's not Witness, that's for sure. It's on Kingpin. Tim Allen.
Is it the Shaggy Dog? Remember he did a remake of the Shaggy Dog?
Yeah.
Oh, For Richer or Poorer.
Never heard of that in my life.
You've
Zach,
never seen the For
have you
Richer
ever heard
or
of
Poorer?
this?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, they're like big shot New York executives, and they get in a car crash or something, and they end up on an Amish farm and learn about life the real way.
Anyway, Galaxy Quest, pretty great. Sam Rockwell, maybe the first time I saw and noticed Sam Rockwell in a movie was back in 1999 with Galaxy Quest. I mean, 1999 were already like a banging year for movies, but also Galaxy Quest is in the mix of other great things that came out that year. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you should check it out.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good pick. My number 4 is Robin Hood: Men in Tights, which I think is one of the best Robin Hood movies ever made. I would put it certainly top 5. I think it's hilarious, and it's a lot of fun. You know, for someone that like me, I really like the Robin Hood story. It's so great for them to using that as a backdrop for like this comedy. I think it's really great. It's Cary Elwes is always good. He is what I think of when I like picture Robin Hood. Like he looks like Robin Hood to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's perfect for that. A very early Dave Chappelle is in there. And Richard Lewis plays Prince John. Well, does he? Yeah, he plays Prince John. I was confusing him with the Sheriff of Rottingham. Yeah, so this movie's really great, and I mean, I probably haven't seen it in 10 years, but I think I remember it perfectly because I've probably seen it like 10 times. So another Mel Brooks movie for me. That's I think my third one.
Yeah, my number 4 is also my third Mel Brooks movie, and this is Blazing Saddles.
Nice.
And I think this movie is hilarious and says a lot about the era that was made as well as the era that is parodying. And I don't know, if you haven't seen Blazing Saddles, you got to see Blazing Saddles. Obviously, there's language in it, but I agree with James that I think the language is not coming from a place of malice, but a place of satire.
Speaking of very funny movies, my number 3, 2004, Shaun of the Dead, which now we're getting into the territory of like movies that I think are just legitimately good movies that happen to be spoofs type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Shaun of the Dead is definitely one of those. It's spoofing the horror genre, specifically the zombie genre. And it's doing it in like slapsticky ways and like subverting expectations, all the things that like good parodies, good spoof movies do. At the same time, even though the plot is pretty much a standard zombie plot, just like survive and move around and dodge them type of thing. The characters, you come to like them and care about them, and then it kind of turns into what it's parodying, like a legitimate horror movie by the end of it, with characters that you know and care for, while maintaining its spoofness. That's why it's my number 3.
Nice. Well, my number 3, again, these are all movies that I think are awesome. 1975's Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And this is directed by Terry Gilliam and Terry Jones. And the Monty Python guys pretty much put it together. And this is another one that it just feels so much like a classic. Like it is so quotable. It's a movie I've watched a ton of times. I think it's really funny. It's one of the movies that like has had an impact on culture in a way that other spoof movies just haven't. This one like actually moved the needle somehow in the zeitgeist, and I think it's a great movie.
Speaking of movies that I think also moved the needle in the zeitgeist, to paraphrase Zach, is 1984's This Is Spinal Tap. I mean, this is the original mockumentary, right? Rob Reiner, as well as Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, and Harry Shearer, that whole crew. This is a mockumentary about a fictional heavy metal band called Spinal Tap, and all their strange exploits, both on stage and behind the scenes. These songs are legitimately good, but also have this weird edge to them. We're like, oh, this is a weird, funny song, even though it's a well-made song. And I think the reason why so much of this comedy works is because a lot of it is based on true rock and roll stories. They just amped up to 11, if I could be so clever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, the very famous Stonehenge sequence that was inspired by Black Sabbath in the late 70s, was touring with little people who would dance on stage, and they were notoriously difficult to work with for whatever reason, the actors that they hired. So that kind of then got turned into the whole Stonehenge sequence. There's the sequence when all the band members are like in these egg pods and one won't open and like is trapped inside. And my parents said they saw Yes in the early 80s, and they were like in these pods that were opening and closing the whole time. So they're not just like doing a large spoof. They're taking very specific things that were happening in music in that moment and just making them ridiculous and exaggerating them and making a great spoof movie.
Nice.
Yeah, great choice.
We're on number 2. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. It's not a tumor. 1987, the aforementioned Spaceballs, which I think has now made all 3 of our lists. Is that correct? I gotta get my soundboard back. Spaceballs. What's left to say about Spaceballs other than I hope the one that they're gonna do soon is good. I hope it doesn't turn out to be a complete bomb that nobody really goes to see, and then it turns out that that's his last movie. That would suck. After a long, successful career, for the most part. I wonder when his last movie was. We know that.
He did History of the World Part 2.
We're talking Mel Brooks, of course.
Yeah.
History of the World Part 2. What year was that?
Like last year, or maybe 2 years ago.
So
that
not very
that
long
might have been
ago.
straight to streaming.
I've never even heard of that. So, wherever it went, it was not big box office success.
Have you seen it, Kyle?
No, I've not seen it.
I'm really curious about it.
Yeah, I mean, History World Part 1 is not my favorite Mel Brooks. It's funny, it has its moments, but it's a little scattershot.
I've seen it and couldn't tell you a frame of it. I don't.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Well, one memorable thing about it is it just is funny.
I thought it was your number 2.
I thought you were transitioning.
No. If I were transitioning, I would be saying my number 2 is Pop Star: Never Stop, Never Stopping. which has already been mentioned. This movie is absolutely hilarious. I do think it's probably the funniest movie of the 21st century so far. The Lonely Island guys spoofing boy bands and music, like biopics, and it's great. It's so funny.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's great.
I had that on my list and it fell off, but hearing you guys love it so much makes me think I made the wrong decision, but it's all right. I do like that movie for sure.
Well, my number 2, definitely not on James' list. Might be on Zach's list. Could be his number 1. We're going to find out. Pootie Tang.
I considered it. I didn't know if I considered it a parody or not. I couldn't tell.
What do you consider it, a serious drama, Zach?
Well, no, it's a comedy. It's 100% a comedy. I didn't know if it's like a parody of exploitation films or what is it?
Absolutely, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a parody of blaxploitation films. Yeah, sure. And
you watched it unironically and was like, "This isn't a parody of anything. This is totally original."
Oh, I just thought it was a
It's
comedy.
a weird, wacky character that has no basis in anything else.
And I need to backtrack. Pootie Tang is the funniest movie of the 21st century.
Yeah,
Followed closely by Pop Star.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I can go with that.
I mean, we discussed Pootie Tang on this podcast so many times. It's hilarious. It's endlessly quotable. It's annoying to watch with Zach and I because we're just going to talk the entire time through it. And it has a music video in it that is straight out of this era, where if you were to put this music video on MTV in the year 2001, people would think it was a serious music video. It parodies it. Or not even parodies it. It just hits like that style of music and music video that was happening so well. It's great. Chris Rock is in it. There's a giant gorilla in it. I could go on and on. The genius of Pootie Tang.
So good. I mean, I love this movie. I would put it on there probably. Yeah, it would be on my list if I.
You would put it on there had you put it on there.
Yeah.
Where would it be on your list if you were to put on your list?
Probably number 2.
Number 2. Okay. All right. Good spot for it.
Speaking of number 2, my number 1 is from 1989. It's this little movie came out in 1989 opposite Batman and got absolutely crushed, but has since gotten a cult following, and it's UHF, Weird Al's only theatrically released movie. And UHF is great. I think the shell of UHF is probably more comedy than parody, like the overarching radio or a local access TV station shell, but it is just loaded with direct spoofs of film and television of the time and before the time. And it's all very funny and fast moving and goofy, silly, definitely some of its outdated humor that I am still going to laugh at. I don't care. It's probably my favorite spoof movie of all time, just because it's like 10 spoofs mixed into one. Like the moment you get tired of the joke, they move on to a different spoof of a different genre. And it totally works for me. My number 1, UHF.
Galen and I watched UHF together a bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought the Rambo spoof was hilarious, how everything blew up. And then we watched the trailer to Rambo 3 and everything blows up. And he's like, oh, he's not spoofing Rambo. He's just doing Rambo. Like Rambo 3 is a spoof of itself at that point.
Yeah, so the joke is that they were already being ridiculous. And then to see him doing it in the fake muscles.
Yeah.
Clearly a very nerdy guy trying to be Rambo.
Exactly.
It's good.
Cool. Well, my number 1 has already been mentioned. This is Spinal Tap.
All right.
Which, man, I love this movie. It is so great. Back in I think I saw this in middle school, and in technology from back in the day, I was trying to save clips from the movie so that I could play them over and over again because I thought it was so funny. And this is an awesome movie. I love it very, very much. So,
Zach, that just reminded me that you did the same thing with Pootie Tang. You would save clips of it on your computer.
Yeah.
And then we would watch 2-minute long clips on Winamp or something of Pootie Tang.
Totally. Yes.
Yep.
I did that with Spinal Tap. And then what was the movie where Elizabeth Hurley plays the devil?
Bedazzled.
I did that with Bedazzled as well.
Was that on your short list?
It's not, but I do quote that movie to this day.
I mean, I like Bedazzled, but one of these things is not like the others. That's for
I agree.
sure.
No, I agree. I'm with you.
I'll tell you later which parts of Bedazzled he had clips of. It wasn't the comedy
Oh
parts,
no.
okay.
No. It was a
joking.
part where he played a really emotional guy, and he was like cries at everything. He's like, "Sorry, I'm late. I had to stop at a sunset and weep."
Oh yeah.
And I quote that all the time.
Sure. Speaking of This is Spinal Tap, I don't get it. This is like one of those movies that everybody I know that I respect their movie opinions on, they all love This is Spinal Tap. I saw it once. I gave it 3.5. I don't understand why people are so attached to it. It was fine.
It's just fine. I don't know. It's because it pokes, like, metal music. Music of that era. It
Totally.
pokes
I feel
fun
like
at it
this.
so
I
well.
feel like I should love this like everybody else does, but I just don't. I don't get it.
Is it the improv nature of the comedy?
No, I mean, this is like Christopher Guest, right? He didn't direct this one, but this is like his crew. This is the movie that made him make all the other movies that I like.
Right. Yeah.
So why wouldn't I like This is Spinal Tap? And I do. I just don't like everybody I know that I respect their movie opinion on is like 5 stars for Spinal Tap, and I just don't understand it.
Zach, how excited are you for Spinal Tap 2?
I'm not excited
At all? Like, it's never going to live up to probably your nostalgia for Spinal Tap, but you don't want to see these guys have fun again on screen?
No, I'm fine with them having fun on screen. I don't see any way that it could recapture what I loved about This is Spinal Tap. I think inevitably it's going to be a little bit glossier than I'd want it to be. I think This is Spinal Tap is so like hairy on the edges.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way this one is going to be the same way. It'll be plastic and packaged and glossy. And
I've seen some, I don't know, trailers, sneak peeks, whatever. Like, one has Elton John playing with them. One has Paul McCartney being like, "Oh yeah, Spinal Tap, they're the greatest metal band." And I'm just like, oh great, this is gonna be one of those movies where they're gonna like bring in real musicians that are all gonna pretend like Spinal Tap is this real thing, and I'm afraid it's gonna be just cameo.
oh, I think it will be.
Yeah.
I think maybe the problem is I saw Heavy Metal Parking Lot first. And if you've ever seen that,
No, I've never heard of Heavy Metal Parking Lot.
Spinal Tap feels like a parody of that. And Heavy Metal Parking Lot already felt like a parody of real life, even though it was real life. It's a documentary. It's short.
What?
If you've never seen Heavy Metal Parking Lot, Kyle should definitely see that. Zach, I think you'd like it too as a slice of life documentary, but it's just,
Oh, 17 minutes. Okay.
yeah, it's short.
Have you guys
So-
seen the story of Anvil?
Yes, I have. I was about to go ahead, Zach.
That is a real documentary about a band, but it's like very similar to Spinal Tap.
Oh, they go on the exact same arc of like the rise, the fall, losing the band, big in Japan. Like, it's
Yeah.
Anvil is Spinal Tap, the movie, the real life version.
See, I gave that one 4 stars. I like
Yeah.
that better than This is Spinal Tap. Anyway,
Well,
Kyle?
Anvil just ripped off Spinal Tap. Okay.
what's your your favorite spoof movie? Let's hear it.
This has been mentioned by both of you guys already. This is a movie that I discovered in middle school and watched religiously. I can quote this movie from front to back, especially if I'm watching it. James, you would have hated seeing this in the theater with me because I would not have shut up through the entire time, and that is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Great.
Had to be.
Love
yeah,
that.
it has. Yeah, I used to, with my friends, we'd memorize these skits. We would put them on for like Boy Scout skits. We'd do them for talent shows. It's ridiculous the amount of space that Monty Python and the Holy Grail takes up in my brain.
Sure.
I watched this a couple of years ago, and I was just talking with the movie the entire time. And Meg was the other bedroom. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm watching Monty Python."
Just reciting.
You're
just
like,
reciting
this was
it.
pre you, all right? This was
exactly. Yeah.
right.
One thing I love is that they shot this whole movie in one castle. and most of it
Sure.
was all shot in like one room, and they just used different corners of this one room for like different castle sets. So like Castle Anthrax was this corner, and then they swung the camera over, and that was like the castle where like the little ninny prince lived. And it was just really funny that they had one castle to shoot the whole thing on and made a lot with very little.
Yeah, I like the ending too. Like the legend is that they just ran out of money, and so that was the ending they came up with because
I believe it. Yep.
yeah, they couldn't afford what they originally had planned, so they were like, "All right, we're just gonna have policemen show up and arrest everybody."
They couldn't even afford horses.
Right. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so movies that we all shared: Spaceballs and Monty Python, and that's it.
No, you didn't have Popstar.
I didn't have Popstar. Two of us had Blazing Saddles. And wait, Austin Powers. All of us had the first Austin Powers, right?
I don't think Zach did.
I did.
He
You did? Oh, you did.
Of course I
Okay.
did.
Yes. We all lost.
Had to.
So three carryovers on all three of our lists. That was fun, guys. Let's do it again someday. Thank you for listening to this episode 692 of the Cinereelists. 8 episodes away from our long-awaited top 601 to 700 films. Can't wait to get to that.
Oh, the people have been clamoring.
They absolutely have been clamoring. Don't forget, before you go, to check out the video version of the podcast on YouTube, support us on Patreon, leave us an Apple Podcast review, or send us an email to heyguys@cinereelists.com. Links in the description to do any of those things. You could also support us by following us on social media on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook at Cinereelists, or you can follow me on my personal accounts on Blue Sky or Letterboxd at EOJRB.
You can follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd at Chauvin.
Find me on Letterboxd at Peter SKB.
We will be back next week with something. We know what it might be, but we're not sure it's going to be that thing. So we're not going to say it right now because it might not be that thing. It might be something else. Is that ambiguous enough?
Nobody
Fairly
knows what we're going to
ambiguous.
see.
Nobody knows what we might see other than us. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, keep it cinereal.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.